The scale of the damage from Texas to Virginia, just unbelievable, as you've seen in these pictures here the last few moments. At least 173 people are reportedly killed in 5 states now. No one knows how many tornadoes there were. Some neighborhoods were just completely destroyed. Alabama, hardest hit by far, reporting at least 128 deaths as of now. A team of reporters in Alabama for us this morning. Let's begin with CBS News correspondent Mark Strassmann in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Very hard-hit area there. Mark, good morning. What is the latest?
Good morning, Chris. The latest you see behind me. This is the edge of the destruction here in Tuscaloosa, and now that it is first light, a search and rescue sweep in earnest will begin block by block, house by house. And so many people here say the same thing. They looked at the sky yesterday, and this is what they saw. This black, massive mass coming at them, ominous, twisting, a mile wide. It was a killer tornado just bearing down on Tuscaloosa and so many other communities as well. The twister was part of a savage storm system that moved across the South. From Mississippi to Georgia, from Texas to Virginia, people scrambled for whatever cover they could, even inside a bathtub. Today, people in so many communities have their own horror stories. Here in Tuscaloosa, the home of the University of Alabama, the twister ripped through neighborhoods, flipped cars, flattened homes and businesses, and killed at least 15 people. So this is a community in grief, along with a community in ruins. But tornadoes spawned by this storm system also killed people in 5 different states. And across the South, Chris, the day after is going to be a shock.
Day after, obviously never good, especially after seeing those pictures and all that destruction. Mark, let me ask you this. With all of the drama and the devastation there, what's the most shocking part of this to you?
Probably just the number of people killed, Chris. I mean, 128 people just in Alabama, at least 165 people in 5 states. That is the single largest death total from tornado activity since 1947. I mean, 128 people just in Alabama, a largely rural state. That is an eye-popping number. But people are going to be in for even more of a jolt when they get into these neighborhoods and see just the ruin. They're going to see a devastation, Chris, that in their lifetime is on an unprecedented scale.
All right, CBS's Mark Strassmann for us in Tuscaloosa, Alabama for us this morning. Mark, thank you. Now let's bring in CBS's Terrell Brown in Pratt City, just outside of Birmingham. Terrell, good morning to you. How about your situation there? Give us an update.
Hey, Chris, good morning to you. We are at a church in a suburb of Birmingham, and when that storm came through, it ripped off the front of this building. The roof here collapsed, and everything that was on the inside of the building really spilled out. So the front door of this building, sitting right here right now, cinder block, brick, pieces of wood now litter the ground. The only thing untouched, amazingly, in the front of the church is the sign itself. Relatively speaking, it is a miracle that this building is still standing right now. There are homes in this neighborhood that you can just now see as we're getting first light that are decimated. Homes, apartments that once stood that no longer stand anymore. They're not even in any type of existence. We were talking to some of the folks here that live in this neighborhood, and one man said, some of the folks that live here, that 5 people that he knows of were killed in this neighborhood alone. So, of course, as crews come back out today and they begin to work, utility crews and power crews, they're going to be discovering later on today some of the things that they were missing overnight that they couldn't see. Certainly those down power lines that we had to be so careful of when we were out here working overnight.
CBS's Terrell Brown for us. Terrell, thank you very much. And farther north, Beth Jett of our Huntsville affiliate WHNT is in Harvest, Alabama, with the latest on the situation there. Beth, good morning.
Good morning to you, Chris. And the first light is revealing some shocking images of the devastation out here in Harvest, Alabama, in Madison County. Now, the severe weather moving in yesterday in waves, and we can confirm this morning 6 people, at least 6 people, are dead. That includes a young girl. Her father was critically injured. They were hunkering down inside their home, trying to wait out the storm when their home was just knocked off of its foundation, much like many other homes in this area. The powerful storm spawned tornadoes, brought heavy thunderstorms and near hurricane force winds. There is widespread destruction as homes were flattened and cars were overturned. Here in Harvest, hailstorms left and right. Again, the storms coming in waves all throughout the day. Take a look behind me. This is an example of what was left behind in its path. This is a BP gas station, or what was left of it. And obviously you can see extensively damaged. And the manager was inside it, actually, when this tornado tornado came through. He said he locked the door and hunkered down. He was not injured. Lucky, as dozens of people were injured, and we're getting more specific statistics of how many victims we have as a press conference is being held as we speak. But that's the latest here in Harvest, Chris.
Beth, a quick question for you. As far as early warning systems around the state, what are you hearing? Were people given enough time in different parts of the state of Alabama?
Yeah, Chris, they were. Sirens went off all throughout North Alabama. Very easy to hear. Of course, weather coverage on the radio as well as TV as well as the internet was predicting this back since Sunday. People had plenty of warning to know that these storms were about to become very dangerous and destructive as they did yesterday. And of course, we're seeing the full extent of the damage today as first rise here, sunrise.
All right, Beth Jett in Harvest, Alabama for us this morning. Beth, thank you very much.